Hello there. Can I help you boys? Hello there and welcome back to Roguecraft, home of the roguiest rogues that ever did craft. You've caught me out moving the sugarcane field we placed a few videos ago. I keep finding that in order to get to the portal, I have to go through Stormy's base, so I'm thinking about building a land bridge out behind her base that will allow Jax and I a walking path to the portal without having to run through her build. Sadly, the sugarcane field is right where that bridge would have to be, so move it we shall. So after much tinkering and placing and removing of blocks, the sugarcane farm has been moved and the land bridge built. The hope was to make the bridge look somewhat natural while maintaining Stormy's lake out behind her base. I built up the land over the pumpkin and melon farm and, oh look, the TARDIS! And placed the sugarcane farm across from the portal. With the archway in place, there's a nice easy path to and from the portal to the southern areas of spawn. Now obviously the path is in an early stage of development, but I think the idea comes through pretty well. What do you think? Out behind my base, I set up a temporary chorus field so I can gather chorus fruit and eventually make a ton of end rods. Is there an end rod shop on the horizon? Could be. Could be. Honestly, whether I make the shop or not, I always like to have a bunch of these on hand. End rods can be very useful for lighting. But one random comment, I've been playing Minecraft for a while and it's sometimes surprising the things you forget you can do, like using a bow and arrow to gather chorus flowers. I used to know that, then I forgot it, and then only recently rediscovered it completely at random when I was shooting mobs off the chorus trees. It's funny how people think of Minecraft as a kid's game, but there is probably more to remember about this game than any other game I have ever played. Then I decided I would need a second beacon for gathering materials at remote sites and thought I may as well gather some wither roses at the same time. You know, kill 200 chickens with one wither kind of thing. I'm sorry, my little chickadees. It's for a good cause. So let's see how many we got. 26? Ah, well, better than nothing, I guess. Not enough for a farm, but it's a good start. And while we're down here wandering amongst the slate of the deep, I thought I'd scratch that old torch lighting itch. Torchman! As much as I love to make a good old Torchman video, it all comes from my near obsession to light caves. Every season I make it my goal that there isn't a single underground spawning location anywhere near my base. Strangely, I very rarely make a mob farm to take advantage of it. I just find the lighting of caves to be calming. Life and work can get stressful at times, and I come to Minecraft to let go of all that crap. Get it out of my system. If a few hundred caves get lit in the process, all the better. And of course, there's always other benefits to mining dripstone caves, and that's stacks upon stacks of copper. That's just from 45 minutes of lighting dripstone caves. Everybody talks about their copper farms. My copper farm is a dripstone cave, and I'm betting mine is faster. Even if it isn't faster, it's definitely more fun. And in case you're wondering, did he just shoot an arrow at his smelter? The answer is yes. Why? Because as everyone knows, smelters work a little faster when you shoot an arrow up in their grill. That's a little Minecraft tip for you kids. And today, gentle viewer, you are in for a rare treat. For here we can see the rarely spotted Jaxus in his natural environment. Watch as he majestically pauses to stare at a block of copper. You can almost hear the straining from here as he attempts to oxidize the block through sheer force of will. Ah, he's on the move again. We must be careful to not startle him, lest he take wing and fly away. So, for now, let's leave the Jack Zeus alone to do what the Jack Zeus do. Nature documenting aside, I began to put a little thought into the third floor of my base. The plan is to make it a trophy room where I store all the rare valuables from the season. So all my diamonds and emeralds and gold and iron will be stored there, as well as mob heads. As with all the previous seasons of Roguecraft, we have the player heads data pack installed. Because of this, all mobs drop their heads, and not just the creeper, zombie, skelly, and welly mobs that drop their heads in pure vanilla Minecraft. To that end, I spent a little time trying to collect some heads. So far this day I have collected the heads of the evil, twisted, gold desert bunny, and the slightly less evil, tropical fish. And of course I raided some shipwrecks along the way because, you know, shipwrecks! Right now I'm on the trail of the elusive, bug-eyed fishy known as the puffer fish. Don't let his cute little bug eyes fool you. Behind those googly eyes lies the true heart of a villain. And after valiantly fighting off several more puffer fishies, not to mention drowned, we finally managed to collect its head. Due to some truly amazing mechanics of Minecraft, somehow the head of the pufferfish manages to be bigger than the entire pufferfish ever was. Minecraft. It can be a truly weird place to live, and I like it that way. After collecting the pufferfish, I was able to finally collect the fabled head of the red shroom cow. Someday I hope to collect the ultra-rare brown shroom cow trophy. But until then, I spent some time braving the wind and the rain to try and get my hands on some creeper, zombie, and skelly heads. And on that subject, let's take a moment to appreciate how much easier it is these days to even think about collecting these heads. Why, back in my day, we didn't have these fancy schmancy tridents with channeling or lightning rods. Why, we had to stand out in a lightning storm, dancing with the creepers, just hoping for the chance to see a random lightning bolt charge one. Now, all jokes aside, it used to never even be on my radar to waste my time even thinking about getting a creeper head. It's hard enough to get a thunderstorm to even happen, let alone have lightning just randomly strike a creeper right in front of you. So let us all be a bit thankful for good old Mr. Trident. We've been out exploring recently and expanding the world map from the 2000 by 2000 pixel version we made using our chest boats to a 6000 by 6000 map using our fancy schmancy GGG flight suits, available now at your local GGG shop. Why? Because we're looking for mountains and deserts. Sand is a bit of an issue on the server at the moment, but with no real desert to use as a quarry. But before I go wandering down that path too far, let's stay on the topic of mountains. I've been saying all season that we don't really have any mountains around spawn. We just have really big hills. But these, my friends, these are the real thing. If you look at the coords at the top of the screen, you'll see that the Y values top out in the 160 to 180 area, which means we found some big ol' honkin' mountains. The reason this is important is it's rumored that the best location for finding ancient cities is below mountains. With two mountains so close together like this, we should have some pretty good odds at finally seeing a city. So we're going to start a search right down here in the center between the two peaks. Well, this looks promising. Even if we don't find an ancient city, there should be a lot of good caving down here. It can't be said strongly enough just how much I enjoy exploring caves. It really speaks to my inner torchman. Matter of fact, one of my shulkers is always full of coal and wood for situations just like this. And after many arguments with the local horde of mobs about torches in their caves, we finally won out and can actually start looking for signs of skulk. We may as well stock up on some coal, as I'm sure we're gonna need it. Ah, looks like we found a dungeon. I can't wait to see what great and glorious treasure it holds in store. A cat CD. A cat CD. What the ever-loving...
Crikey dingo.
And there it is, my friends. Skulk. And where you find Skulk, you find Skulk sensors. Just a reminder that this is the 4th cave this season that I found with Skulk, but none of the others have led to a city, so fingers crossed. It's time to break out the wool and see what's down here. Now, it should be said, I've done my best to minimize what I know about the ancient city and wardens and, you know, everything that was added in 1.19. I mean, I know about using wool to muffle noises and sneaking around so the sensors don't trigger anything, but, you know, that's about it. You know, there's this thing that I think a lot of players these days seem to overlook. There's only one chance to experience something for the first time. The Warden is the first new boss monster in a while, and, you know, I want to go in and experience an ancient city and the Warden like I did when I first went into the End, or the first time I summoned a Wither. Today, fighting a Wither or dragon isn't something that worries me at all. At some point, the Warden will be like that, but I want the first time to be as panic-filled as it possibly can. There will be time enough later to prep and watch all the videos on how to do this the smart way and treat the Warden like it's no more concern than a creeper. But until then, let's have a little fun with it. Now, I only know about the ancient cities being under mountains after failing to find any cities for months. I mean, you go and watch the average YouTuber's video and it's like, hey, let's go find a city. And boom, 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 5 minutes later, hey, look, a city. That has not been my experience. Okay, there's one of the bad blocks ahead of me. I think that one's called a shrieker. That's the one you have to worry about. If it hears you coming, it will call the Warden. But I think I remember something about you can pile up wool around these things and keep them from triggering. That could have gone better. Oh, and there's the sound of the Warden waking up. Not quite sure what I did to trigger that thing, but may as well break it since it already went off. I probably got too close and stepped on it or something as I was trying to sneak by. Hopefully we'll do better next time. Okay, so there was one tip I heard about that I've avoided using up until now, and that is to turn the subtitles on. There was something about how you can only trigger the Warden so many times before it appears, and the subtitles will let you know which stage you're on. I'm sure the biggest hint that you've actually summoned a Warden will be a Warden appearing at your feet, but the subtitles are supposed to help or something. Whatever. It can't hurt not to have them on, right? I know I said I wanted to experience this thing like a newbie, but it's hard not to hear spoilers when trying not to hear spoilers. Okay, one thing I'm noticing about these sensors is once they are triggered, you might as well try and break them all before they reset and trigger again. Breaking them doesn't appear to re-trigger them, so that's good to know. And with that bit of knowledge under our belts, let's continue the long, slow journey to finding that city. It's not down here. Or over here. Nope, no city here. Not here either. Still no city.
2 hours later.
Oh, careful. Looks like looks like we're over a ravine here. Looks like no city here. Wait. What's that over there? Is that a ladder? Are those bricks? I think they are. It's finally happened, my friends. We have found an ancient city. Now we just need to solve how to get down there. You know what? I'm a simple man, and it really doesn't look all that far, and I do have feather falling, so let's jump it. So, Geronimo! Ow! My ankles! My damaged ankles aside, now that I'm here, I'm starting to wonder, now what do I do? Do I even dare to place down a torch, or do I sneak around a bit and explore first? Sadly, I think the answer is going to go to option C. Your voice is giving out, so it's time to end the video. I really hate to have to cut the video here, but my voice really does seem to be giving out, and I think I feel something coming on, so let's cut it here while I can still talk. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's been a while between videos, but you know, between life and all its wonderfulness and winter rolling in with its constant gray overcast skies, I haven't had quite the right headspace to make a video lately. But you know, I'm feeling better now, and all I can do is hope this thing with my voice is just a sign of me singing way too much in between takes and not something major coming my way. So, while I hope for the best, always remember, no matter where you are or what you are doing, always try and find a way to have a little fun. Until next time, see ya!